Welcome to hell. To those of you that are new here, hi, I'm Seelie, and I haven't recorded one of these in a little bit, but I felt like, I finally started going back to my locals, so I have another deck profile here. I played Kashtira Snake-Eye this week, and we'll just get right into it. I went 3-0. Let me think what the matchups were. I played against a rogue list in round 1. I played against a guy on Springans. And then my next two were different variations of Snake-Eye. One was just a regular pure deck, and then the one in the last round was a more control, slower Floodgate-oriented version of it that I've played against a couple times. And I managed to clutch it out against that one. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So, starting with the Kashtira half of the deck, we've got 2 Fenrir. I know, they're mismatched. What can you do? He contests boards going second. He gets you your other guys. He's great. I love him. Kashtira Unicorn, the actual best guy you can see going first. He searches your birth. Birth lets you do all sorts of combos. Him and Diabellstar enables you to go into a really funny line I can kind of go over later on, which came up a couple times. Then the last name we're playing is One Scare Cash. I did not summon this at all today. Before today, I was on Tearlament's Kashtira instead because Tearlament player can't get over that he wants to mill cards. Sometimes I missed it because it can be better to sometimes hit cards that you're missing that might have grave effects, like milling a Wanted when you have another spell engrave, or milling original spoils, or even just like a Snake-Eye name if you have a way to get into Princess but none of the Snake-Eye guys. But I figured with Tenpai around now, having the battle phase effect negate would have been a lot better. But I dodged Tenpai all day, so... and I didn't have to use him. So he's here. He's probably better than Tier Cash. And then run 3 Diabellstar, 3 Witch. Obvious reasons. She's a 7. She gets you everything. Like an absolute must negate most of the time. And now we're on to the Snake-Eye portion of the list for monsters. So 3 Snake-Eye Ash. Gets you whoever you need. Lets you send him and another card to go get the big boy. The criminal himself, 2 Poplar. Searches any Snake-Eye spell trap. Mandatory. And then I was on 1 Oak. I was talking to some of my opponents that I played with after, and they were saying, Seelie, you should really go up to 2. And I'm probably going to think about it. I'm going to need to cut some cards, because right now I'm at 42, and I'm just trying to get the list back down to 40. I think I've got some pretty obvious cuts I can make, so I'm going to try those, and I'll see how it goes next week. And then 2 of the big boy. I swear to God, this card is more glued to my hand than it ever has been. When you're only playing 1, it's glued to your hand even more. I hate drawing this card, but you have to play it. It is the heart and soul of all of your stupid link combos. And then lastly, I was playing one of the new one, the Snake-Eyes Diabellstar. It didn't really come up a whole lot, and it's not really as good if you're not playing Dramatic Chase or any of the other sinful spoils outside of Silveria. So I might be cutting this. The one time I summoned it, it was okay, because all it let me do was leave it on field for a Silveria negate, and then I was able to overlay Diabellstar and one of my Kashtira guys for Shangri-Ira and still retain the negate, but it wasn't worth it, honestly. And then for hand traps, I'm just on 3 Ash in the main. It's good enough against everything right now. It shuts off a lot of stuff before it can start. And then let's get into the spells, starting with the one-ofs. So So we're on one called by. It's just, I don't want to lose to hand traps. One original Sinful Spoils. Turn any face-up card on the field into one of your Snake-Eye guys and get full combo. And even has follow-up built in. Big upgrade since last time. The Quarter Century Secret Rare Sinful Spoils of Subversion. I love this card. This is such a funny form of removal. It's so nice, like, in the games you're going second, just being able to go, like, ask, grab Poplar, go get this thing, take some big threat off the board. And then our one target for Kashtira Unicorn, Kashtira Birth, which, the card's still nuts. It's still just absolutely crazy. Just being able to pull one of your big idiots back and either use it for link extension or just to leave a big disruptive body on board with an annoying effect. And then the last one was 1-for-1. I had a lot of people tell me this really isn't as good as I think it is. It's like, you have a lot of cards that you want to discard for with like the Abel Star already. This requires a monster in hand to be able to use it. So I might go into next week without playing it, and I'll see how it goes. But this and Snake-Eye Bellstar are like the obvious cuts right now. And then we were on a smaller talents package than the list I played last week. Well, I actually played the Thrust this week. Last week I was just on the 3 talents and it wasn't as good. But I didn't see this at all today. And then lastly, for some of the other spells, I was on 3 Droplet. This card's really good right now. It fucks over Tenpai tremendously, which is hilarious. And just, you know, the deck doesn't care if it goes first or second most of the time. If you have this going second, there's a whole lot of nonsense you can do. And then we get to the cards that I'll be upset about because they keep going down. And I bought 2 of these at like peak. It feels really bad. 3 Wanted Seeker of Sinful Spoils gets you Diabell Star. You can play it during the draw phase to get around Troll and Lockbird. It's just, it does everything. It puts your other spoils back. It lets you draw cards. It's so good. 3 this sucker, 3 Bonfire, just gets you any of your Pyro guys. It's Rhoda, it's too good. You have to play 3 until they tell you can't anymore. And now the field spell package. I was playing 2 Pressure Planet, 1 Temple, and 1 Terraforming. I was on 3 Planet the last time I played this, and I got talked out of it because it's like, listen, you're better off playing the 1 Terraforming, because then in the scenario where you would see like 2 of these, it could be this and this, or this and this. You could find a missing piece of whatever you need at the time, as long as you get this. If you're going to lose to Droll, you were going to lose to Droll anyway. And then the last card at 42 is the Silveria. This card's nuts. It's just like it's a funny little Omni Negate that you can search. That's got like the oh my god, what's his name? The Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss Negate, where you target a card and just negate it forever. You get to send Diabell Star as well, and then because you sent her on your opponent's turn, she comes back and then searches you like a Wanted or something. It's great. This card's nuts. And even going first, if you see this in Diabell Star, you can pitch it, and then you insulate your original Sinful Spoils from any sort of interruption. It's insane. I love that card. And now let's get to the extra. So starting off, we have a couple Xyz. I'm on 1 Shangri-Ira. I think I only went into it once today. It's not that great, but it's like, it's a funny 7 option you can go into if like all else fails. But the real spice is my boy Dracosac. This card is insane here because you can get interrupted like twice trying to do your Kashtira play and then summoning Diabell Star, And then after they interrupt you, you can go make Draco Sack, detach Unicorn, get 2 tokens, use the tokens to make IP, Kashtira birth back the Unicorn, and then just make Appaloosa. And if you have any sort of follow-up in your hand, you're just insulated for the rest of the turn. I had a turn like that when I played against the Snake-Eye control deck, where he let me search the birth. I summon the Diabell Star, it gets impermed. I overlay both of them, make this, and my opponent's jaw just drops as I go into a 3-mat Appaloosa, and then normal summon my Ash. And now we're on to the links. So for Link 1, we've got Anima, Linkuriboh's banned. You gotta play something for your Link 1. I didn't make this at all today. I don't really miss the Linkuriboh that much. And then for Link 2s, we've got 1 Hida for 1 Hida, 1 Dark for our Charmers, Hida for the mirror match, and for Tenpai, you can just take their guys. Dark being able to take the opposing Diabell Stars or any other like dark guys in your opponent's grave, Bestials, whatever. It's always good enough. And they're both spellcasters for making Seelie. And then IP Masquerena, SP Little Knight, to no explanation needed. These cards are insane. IP is part of your main combo, where you put it in the spell trap zone with Flamberge, summon it on your opponent's turn, make SP Little Knight for really annoying disruptions. Link 3s, we're on the... Oh wait, there's one more Link 2. And we're on 1 Nightmare Phoenix, just as it's a Fire Link 2, it gets Promethean Princess off the board, it clears out floodgates so that you don't have to deal with them. It's just nice to have. Some of the lists I was looking at before were playing Pit Knight early as a Link 2, but I wasn't a huge fan of it. As for Link 3s, we've got Seelie here, which just lets you climb higher, lets you bring back Diabell Star, get your searches again, maybe climb up into access code. It's fine. I didn't go into it at all. And then obvious must include the Promethean Princess, Bestower of Flames, just does everything as part of your mainline combo, gets back the Flamberge, so you can put IP in the spell trap, and then you just have to get this thing off the field so you aren't fire locked anymore. And then for Link 4s, we sure have a lot of them. Access code just is like really easy OTK enabler. And Ambler Whale, which is just like the Link 4 you make going first, just as a guy that you can pop with Promethean Princess. So you can threaten blowing this up and then getting a guy back and then threatening the extra pop in grave when Link 3 or lower gets destroyed. And then we are also playing the OTK package guys, the 1 Salamangreat and the Zealantis, where you make this guy, you link it off into Zealantis, you summon everything back from Banish, it triggers Princess, Princess pops one of your fires, one of your opponent's monsters, it triggers Raging Phoenix Engrave, and then it comes back as a 5200 beater, and you just beat them to death. And then lastly, we're just on Appaloosa, Hee Big Negates. And then let me go find the side deck. Where was it? It's right here. This definitely needs some work. But, like, most of it came up today. I do need to tweak it some more. I'm on 1 Kurikara, just as an out to, like, big towers idiots. It's searchable off of Ash, so it's good enough against most things. Like, you get Ash, they might respond to it, you add this, and then you just tribute their big guy. I didn't need it at all today. I'm on 1 deck lockdown, just because I didn't have space for more. I don't think I ever brought it in, and if I did, I didn't see it. I'm on 1 anti-spell, because that's all I can play. It hoses a lot of decks in the format right now. There are also some people at my store who play Pendulum, and this just completely kills them. I'm on 3 Ghost Ogre, because I was terrified of running into Tenpai. I just wanted to remove the field spell before they could get their ad. It did come in a lot of games. I don't think I saw it ever in a position where it mattered. I got 3 Nibiru here. I sided it like most of my games and then just never drew it. 3 Cosmic Cyclone. Same thing as the Ghost Ogre. I just wanted outs if I had to play against Tenpai. I wanted to be able to clear out the field spell. I wanted to be able to hit floodgates and things. Someone at the store was playing Chainburn today. He is a criminal, and I don't condone his actions, but it's not even good against that. I had nothing for that if we got matched up. And then lastly, this card I absolutely have to cut. It never came in. It hasn't been good. I was on 3 Solemn because the list I was originally looking at was playing them, and like every game I brought this in last week, I lost. It was never good when I saw it. Because I would get it, I'd be like, oh great, I can make some kind of a board and have Solemn up for protection. And then 9 times out of 10, they'd draw like the one of Cosmic Cyclone and hit it, and I'd be like, great, awesome. But yeah, that's it for right now. The only changes I think I'm going to make to the deck are I'm going to go down a Droplet and also probably cut the 1-for-1 and the Snake-Eyes Diabellstar, and then go up 1 Snake-Eye Oak, and then see how that performs. But thanks for coming out, giving this a watch. I like making these when I remember to do so, but I try not to make them every week. Alright, goodbye everyone.